absolutely massive win for the Toronto Blue Jays at the Dirty Trop. Winning 9-5 over the Rays, winning the series, getting one game closer to clinching a playoff spot, and Baltimore Oriole fans helping them out a ton with their win over the Cleveland Guardians and the Rays losing to the Jays today. The Orioles, I believe, now have a 2.5 game lead over the Rays with 6 games left. It looks pretty good. And you guys hold a tie break, so it looks really good for Oriole fans that they are going to lock up the division. And the Blue Jays did them a favor, as well as doing themselves a favor with the 9-5 win at the Trop today. And the big boys got the bats going today. We have not seen it all year where all three of Springer, Bo, and Vladdy show up on the same day. It's one guy shows up and the other two are horrific, right? Or one's out of the lineup or something like that, right? But seeing it today, marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. Let's break down this ball game before we get into the stats and the standings and all that stuff. So, didn't start out great for the Toronto Blue Jays. 1-2-3 top of the first inning, not pretty. Bottom one with Yusei Kikuchi on the hill, and he struggled today. Allows an RBI single to Isaac Paredes, scoring Yandy Diaz in the first inning. Then Caminero hits an RBI single, scoring Harold Ramirez. And just like that, in the bottom half of the first, it's a 2-0 lead. And after that god-awful finish yesterday, to go down 2-0 in the first inning today, yeah, that's rough to see. It's really rough to see. And we all still question the offense. I understand in this series they've done okay, but they've gotten a lot of help in this series. So you don't feel all that confident. But then, in the top half of the second inning, the Blue Jays have the Optimus Prime. The most ultimate 2-out rally you can have. Kevin strikes out, Matt Chapman flies out. Okay, 2 out, nobody on. Well, whatever. Looks awful. Looks like it's another 3-up, 3-down inning, and we're down 2-0, and this is going to be ugly. Kirk walks with 2 out, and Dalton Varsho hits a shallow double to right field. Kirky goes to third on the play. Hey, we got a second and third 2 out, but it's a 2-out rally. You're asking for a 2-out hit with runners in scoring position? Yeah. Well, Whit Merrifield hits an infield single. Was it single to shortstop? Again, I was working, guys, so this is all, I'm trying to put it all together here. But Varsho and Kirk come in to score, and the Blue Jays have tied the game at 2. Just like that, with a 2-out rally. But they weren't done. Kevin Kiermaier singles to center field. Whit Merrifield goes to third, so you have first and third. 2 out. And then George Springer comes to the plate and gets an 88-mile-an-hour changeup, something like that, and he drills it to left center field. Does it have the wings? Well, Manuel Margot clearly didn't know where the wall was or wasn't really comfortable out there because he looked like he kind of slowed down before he even got to the wall and didn't look comfortable. Jumps, can't make the play, it's off the wall. In comes Whit. In comes Kevin Kiermaier, but the ball ricochets away. Springer round second, and he's got Louis Rivera giving him the wave round third. And the head first slide into the plate, he's safe. The inside the park 3-run shot for George Springer. And the Blue Jays, just like that, have a 5-2 lead. Every single base runner in that inning happened with 2 out and nobody on. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. But it's so early in the ball game, but you're in a great spot now up 5-2. And now you need some zeros from Kikuchi. Well, bottom 4, an RBI single from Taylor Wall, scoring Josh Lowe, and it's now 5-3. And shout out Alejandro Kirk for that absolutely filthy back pick to end that 4th inning, which ended up being Kikuchi's last inning he threw. So and I think there was 2 on and 2 out at the time. So you needed to find a way to get out of the inning. He does, and great stuff. And then, top of the 6th, Vladdy, and this is beautiful to see. 95-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle. So BP fastball. And he crushes this thing to dead center on a line, and it's gone. Solo shot for Vladdy, home run number 25 on the year. And the Jays get that 1 run right back. Well, it's an inning and a half later, but they get her back. It's now a 6-3 Jays. No, 6-3? Hold on a minute. Is it 6? Yeah, it was, no. Yeah, 6-3 Jays lead. Then we go bottom 7, Jimmy Garcia on the hill, and he gives him a 2-run shot to Isaac Paredes. And it's now 6-5. With still 7 outs to play with, I believe, at the time of the out. You need to figure this out here. He gets out of the inning, but it's now a 1-run ball game. Top of the 8th inning, Matt Chapman gets on with a single, and Dalton Varsho drills one to right field, and it's an RBI triple for Dalton Varsho. Matt Chapman comes in to score. Dalton Varsho recently has come up with quite a few extra base hits. You gotta love it. And in big moments, because that run is huge. Being up 6-5 or 7-5 going in, and it was only the top of the 8th, so you still had to get 6 outs. Massive extra run for Dalton Varsho there to put the Jays up 7-5 at the time. And then Eric Swanson hangs on for dear life in his inning. The command was off, but he gets out of the inning. Massive job. And then the top of the 9th inning, the boys just put the exclamation points. Bo Bichette gets a ball down and in, maybe even off the plate, but dude turns on it and drills it deep to left. And that thing is way gone. Home run number 20 on the season for Bo Bichette. And the Blue Jays now lead at 8-5. And at that point, we kind of feel pretty good. But then Vladdy's like, hold on a minute. I ain't done. Hits an absolute seed to left field, and it's gone. Man, that thing did not go high, but that thing was ripped. Deep and gone. 2-homer day for Vladimir Guerrero Jr., his 26th bomb on the season, and the Jays lead at 9-5, and Jordan Hicks locked it down, and the ball game is over. The Jays win it 9-5. And are now 87-69 on the year, 18 games over 500. That is their watermark, their high watermark of the season. Quick check on the stand and the game. Okay, still 9-8 Texas. So with the win, like I said, the Blue Jays win the series. They even the season series. Doesn't mean anything, but you even the season series. He scored 9 runs on 11 hits and hit 4 home runs today. Awesome. Let's get, and shout out George Springer, because that's who we're going to start with in the offensive stats. Not only did he have that 3-run, the inside the park home run. What do you call it? The 3-run inside the park home run? I guess you would have to call it that. Usually it's a 3-run home run. But I guess I'll just call it that. And the defensive plays on Georgie. Holy smokes! Playing the ball off the wall really well in right field and firing a seed right on the money at second base to get Curtis Mead out. And that's a big spot. That's a massive spot because that could have been second and third, nobody out. But he gets that first out at second base, and now it's a guy at third with 1 out. I don't believe they score in that inning in the third. Because later in that inning, George Springer gets a line drive from Isaac Paredes, lays out and makes an incredible catch. I don't know why he didn't tag up at third, but he doesn't, and Springer gets out and fires it right home. No runs crossed in that inning, and George Springer makes some massive defensive plays, and that is right after. We get that run in the top of the second inning, right? And we're talking bottom of the third is when he makes those ridiculous plays. It's that time of year, George Springer's ready to play. Awesome stuff from him. Bo Bichette, 2 for 5 with the runs scored. And, of course, the home run. Good to see from him get a multi-hit day. Vladdy, and I will say it countless times because it needs to be said. This dude has figured something out. I don't know what it is. I don't know what he changed. But he's figured something out. And I know it's easy to say that because you see the 2 home runs today. But what I've always said about Vladdy is he's a fastball hitter, man. He's a fastball hitter. Look heater. If you're going to get a heater, don't miss it. And I believe both of his home runs today were on fastballs. Because all year he's been looking off speed, and a guy beating him with 92, and you're like, what's going on here? My philosophy with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is he has such a good eye at the plate when he has a plan that, like today's approach, for example, right? Like, he lays off the breaking ball. Waits for the fastball, gets it, crushes it. My philosophy is this for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. You look fastball all the time. Okay? All the time. And if they want to throw you slider, curveball, whatever, sure, tip of the cap to them. But you're going to have to throw 3 for strikes. And we all know, if you know baseball enough, they're not meant to be strikes. So if a guy's going to paint a curveball in the other half 3 times and strike you out, tip of the cap to you, pal. But more often than not, that's never going to happen. So if you're looking fastball and you see off speed, and I just lay off it right away, more often than not, you're going to get into a hitter's count, and you'll get a fastball. He's done that recently. He has not been chasing as much. And he went 2 for 5 with 2 runs scored, 2 bombs today from Vladimir Guerrero Jr. As the batting average, I don't know if it's come up at all, but all I can tell you is this, Jays fans. He's hit 6 home runs in the month of September, and he has an OBP on the season of 345. In the month of September, 380. He's getting on base a lot more. He's being patient. He's not chasing, and he's just being outstanding. Great job from Vladdy. An off night for Kevin Biggio, for 5 with 3 strikeouts. Matt Chapman, 1 for 4 with the runs scored and a walk. Got on base 2 of the 5 times. He'll take that. Kirky, 1 for 3 with the runs scored and a walk. Got on base 2 of the 4 times he came to the dish. Great stuff from Kirky. Dalton Varsho. Look at the bottom of the lineup here. Dalton Varsho, 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Whit Merrifield, 1 for 3 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. Kevin Kiermaier, 1 for 4, scored a run. Beautiful stuff. 11 hits for the Blue Jays, 7 strikeouts. They walked twice. Pitching staff-wise, Kikuchi, won great. He won great. And this gives me Kikuchi vibes of previous years. Albeit, he didn't walk anybody, but 4 innings, 9 hits allowed, 3 runs, 3 were earned, struck out 7. He'll give you the strikeouts, but he'll get pieced up. And that was the way it was today for Kikuchi. He struggled. But Trevor Richards came out there, and man, he pitched absolutely incredible in the 5th and 6th inning. 2 innings for Trevor Richards. 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, no runs crossed. Awesome stuff for him. Jimmy Garcia, obviously, an inning of work, 2 hits, 2 runs. Both were earned. Obviously, the 2-run shot from Isaac Paredes had a strikeout. Eric Swanson walked the tightrope, but went an inning, allowed 1 hit and a walk, but got 2 strikeouts and didn't allow a run. Jordan Hicks walked the guy, but nothing more to finish off the ball game there in the 9th inning. Now, quick standings update. Oh, it's 9-8 Texas, but there's guys at 2nd and 3rd, 2 out. And the Houston Astros got swept by the Kansas City Royals and have lost 6 of their last 7 games against the Royals. Did I say Astros? I don't even know what I said back there. I think I said Astros twice. I don't know. I could be wrong. But with that being the case, the Jays are now 2 up on the Houston Astros with the season series in hand for the Blue Jays. So basically, they're 3 back. And with Seattle and Texas, it's obviously a tight game here late. So if Texas can hold on, the Jays will be 2.5 up on the Seattle Mariners. Massive, massive implications here. But more importantly, the Blue Jays got their job done. Now, they have an off day tomorrow. Much needed for the guys. They come back home for 6 games. 3 against the Yankees, 3 against the Rays. You have a tough one in game 1. You have Michael King going for the Yankees. Look, it's Michael King and Garrett Cole in the first 2 games. It's going to be tough. No doubt about it. But with the Jays winning 2 of 3 at the Trop and doing what they did offensively, they're in the right mindset. They're playing better against good teams. So let's see what they can do. Game 1 is on Tuesday at 7:07. Michael King, Kevin Gausman is the matchup there. Game 2 is Garrett Cole versus Jose Barrios, I believe, and then Chris Bassett will get the ball in the finale on Thursday night. All 7:07 first pitches at Rogers Center as the Blue Jays, hopefully in that series, look to punch their ticket to the 2023 postseason. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the win today, of course, smack the like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like? From today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays, Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that great stuff is down below. So follow up there if you've not done so already. And I'll talk to you. I'll be here, of course, on Tuesday. I'll be very shortly. Leafs edition. They lost 3-2 to Ottawa in the first preseason game. So we'll talk about that very shortly. Preseason won't be very long. But as for the Toronto Blue Jays, with the off day tomorrow, they can get back to Toronto and enjoy a series win over the Tampa Bay Rays before they open up the 3-gamer against the Yankees at Rogers Center. Michael King, Kevin Gausman is a pitching matchup on Tuesday night, 7:07 first pitch there. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And of course, this win today. We'll talk to you guys then.